Today we're going to be talking about 8 mistakes you should avoid your first year of football. All right, mistake number 1 is going to be not watching film. I think a lot of people that are new to football don't understand how important film study is. Let's say you want to play wide receiver. Guys, watching film and studying the DB that you're matched up against, the defensive coverages that you're going to be facing is the best way possible to know what you're going into. Like if you have a dude who's plays press and he likes to be super physical, wouldn't you like going into a game knowing, okay, this guy's very physical. I want to be prepared by doing some type of step back release, be prepared to swat with my hands rather than get into a game, have him be physical, and then I don't have anything on my mind or I don't have a prepared plan to be able to react off of that dude. So make sure you are watching film. I recommend 30 minutes to an hour every night. Now, mistake number 2, guys, is not getting 1% better, 2% better every single week. So you got to understand that if you're new to football, you shouldn't compare yourself to other players that have been playing football for 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years. Like those guys are going to be ahead of you from just a knowledge of the game standpoint. All you should really be worried about is, okay, every single day that I'm at work or at the office or whatever, like I say that metaphorically to the weight room, the field, the classroom, I'm gonna get 1% better at something. And if you keep stacking those days, and you'd be surprised how much better you can get in a short amount of time with that attitude of not, hey, I have these goals, how can I get to these goals today? No, you have a long ladder of how you can climb to that specific point. So you wanna play in college, right? You're new to playing football. You're not gonna do it overnight. It's gonna be a consistent day-to-day effort where you chip away, chip away, chip away. So get 1% better in the gym, get 1% better faster, or get 1% faster, get 1% better with your skills on the field. And that is how you guys can ultimately climb that ladder and get to your goals. Now, if you're a football player also, guys, and you need to gain weight, check out that very first link in the description below for our AG Labs Whey Protein Powder. Supplementing a protein powder, guys, and having 2 servings of a protein powder every single day is one of the best ways that you can help yourself gain weight, because protein consumption is essential to build muscle mass. So guys, check out that very first link in the description below. If you use the promo code FIRST25, FIRST25 at checkout, you get 25% off this protein powder. This company, AG Labs, is a company that I started with my brother, and we wanted to make supplements specifically for athletes that are healthy, that are safe, and that anybody can really take to help them with their goals. So again, guys, very first link in that description below, use the promo code FIRST25. Now, mistake number 3 that you want to avoid, you guys, if it's your first year playing football, please avoid making the wrong friends on the team. Like, you don't want to associate yourself with a group of dudes who is constantly joking around, not taking practice seriously, skipping your reps, because that will wear off on you, and you don't want your coaches to see you be involved with that group. And again, even if you're not that way, even if you're doing what you should be doing, but you associate yourself with those types of people when you're at practice, that's going to honestly give the coach a bad impression of you. Because take it from me, I used to coach high school football. I coached for a year, did not like it very much, but there were always these cliques on the team, right? We were all a team, everybody's fairly close, but at practice you saw who hung out with who, and you had guys who would take it serious, guys who practiced hard, guys who worked hard, and then you have people who were always on the sideline, goofing off, joking around, not getting reps when they should be getting reps. And if you associate yourself with those people, it's not going to be a good situation for you. So guys, I'm not saying just be a total, a-hole and ignore everybody, but you should try to spend time with people who are actually focused and guys who are like want to get better, maybe upperclassmen, so you can learn from them, because that's going to make you look good in a coach's eye. Mistake number 4, you guys, is making the wrong choices or not having the right priorities on the weekends as a football player. You're obviously working hard Monday through Friday, or whenever you have your game, you're working hard, you're putting in the time, but as a football player, you need to make sure that your skills stay sharp, the mental side of your game stays sharp, and you are doing the things in the classroom to keep you eligible to play. And I think a lot of people on the weekends make very poor decisions, especially when they're in high school. I'm not saying like poor decisions by like hanging out with your friends, so I'm not saying that, but your work and your business should come first. And by work and your business, I mean studying your playbook, knowing your plays, watching film, and working on your skills, you guys. Weekends are perfect opportunities for you to do little tune-up sessions, whether that's with a private trainer, a coach, or whatever, but you need to make sure that your skills stay sharp. You need to make sure that those stay your priorities. If you truly need a break after football season, take one. But right now, during football season, if it's your first year, make sure you're making those correct decisions on the weekends, not wasting your time video games, TVs, doing things you shouldn't be doing. Now, mistake number 5 has got to be poor time management during the week. So obviously, as a student athlete, everybody says like, oh, student athlete, student comes first. I mean, that's the truth, you guys. It's kind of a corny phrase, but like, that's the truth. You are a student, and if you don't take care of things in the classroom, you're not going to be able to play on the field. That's just how it goes. and also coaches don't want to be getting calls from teachers saying he's missing class, he's not doing assignments, his grades are terrible, because that distracts him from his specific job as a football coach, which is winning football games. So don't be that guy. Now, I'm a firm believer, high school's not that hard. You guys, like, wait till you get to college. If you want to learn about hard work and, you know, freaking essays that you got to write, wait till you get to college. High school's not that difficult. It's all about time management. So you need to set aside time. Every single night I would recommend writing on a schedule for yourself. Where, like, hey, my practice is from 1 to 4 p.m. From 5 to 6, I'm going to eat dinner. Then from 6 to 7:30, I'm going to do homework. 6 to 7:30, and do that every night and start being consistent with that time management schedule. And I think it's going to be a very easy thing for you guys. I remember, I'll give you a perfect example. I remember when I was a junior in high school, my first semester of high school, I had a 4.0 because I had great time management that semester. I remember writing out my schedule every day, staying on P's and Q's, like doing this, doing that, writing stuff out. And then the second semester, I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll be okay. I'll do this later. I'll do that. And then I remember my grades started to go like this. And then eventually picked them back up towards the end of the semester because I didn't want to be ineligible. I didn't want to have to take summer school because then I would have to miss practices in the summer. But it's all about time management, you guys. And if you can understand time management skills early on, you will be much better off. Now, fellas, if you are a high school player and you want to get recruited and play at the next level, one of the best ways to help you out with that process is messaging and DMing college coaches on X, formerly known as Twitter. That's where every single college coach goes to interact with athletes and message athletes. But how do you find these college coaches? What we did is we developed a website where you guys will have access to over 300 different college coaches with their X handle, Twitter handle, their username. It hyperlinks to their Twitter page so you could shoot them a message and send them your film, ask them about camps, whatever you want to do. But that's the best way to help yourself with the recruiting process. So guys, check out that second link in the description below if that's of interest to you. Like I said, over 300 different college coaches from all divisions, D1, D2, D3, NAIA, and you will be able to interact with these coaches, get your film in front of them, and help you further in that process. Now, the next mistake, you guys, is going to be neglecting lifting and eating during the season. So a lot of guys get a lot smaller during the season, especially if you're new to football. You probably understand how important it is to be big, to be strong, and you want to hit the off season with the ground. You want to hit the ground running in the off season. So after the football season ends, your team is probably going to be doing a lot of like lifting workouts, off season workouts, and you don't want to be playing catch up because you fell so far behind in areas of strength and size during the season. So guys, make sure you are lifting. Remember I talked about on the weekends doing the right things? Make sure you get a lift in on the weekends. Make sure you're consuming calories Monday through Sunday. Every single night you should be consuming so much food to where you're not dropping or decreasing in weight. Because I remember, guys, in high school, every single season I would drop 8 to 10 pounds and I would look very, very thin come the end of the season. And then it would take me about a month and a half to get that back. And then I could start gaining and trying to get better for the next season. It's frustrating. It's hard to do. So make sure you don't fall into those habits. The next mistake a lot of people will make is not hydrating, you guys. So I think a lot of athletes, you know, complain about how tired they are at practice. They had school all day. And I can't tell you how many athletes don't properly hydrate during the school day. They're in class. They don't drink water. Guys, you should be trying to consume a gallon of water every single day because trust me, a lot of athletes don't even realize that they're dehydrated. They might drink a bottle, 2 bottles. That's not enough, guys. So I recommend a gallon of water every single day. So at practice, you have high energy. At practice, you're not tiring out towards the last couple of hours. So you could showcase to your coaches how much you know, are improving or how much you are doing the things that they're asking you to do well, but make sure that you are not neglecting hydration. Now, the last mistake that I feel so many athletes make, so many first-time football players, is not having proper nutrition. I think a lot of athletes during the season, you know, they're lazy, they're tired, they don't have a lot of time on their hands, so they resort to a lot of fast food. I can't tell you how many times and it was always crazy to me, but I remember when I was in high school, you know, we'd have school all day from like 8 a.m. to probably like 2 o'clock, and then we'd have practice from like 2 to 6 p.m. And I would see guys all the time. They would go to, like at lunch, they would go get fast food, come back, eat it, they'd be eating all kinds of crap all day long. And I'm like, how do you guys even practice on that stuff? Because if I ate that stuff, I would be so freaking tired, so groggy, just sluggish, and I probably wouldn't perform very well on the field. And I can't imagine that those guys felt good all the time. So make sure that you are not that guy. Make sure that you are eating just like natural, whole foods throughout the day and throughout the week to help you prepare for practices and for games, you guys. Something that I always say, try to eat single ingredient foods. I think that's one of the best options that you could have. And it doesn't need to be super expensive stuff either. Like for example, eggs, egg whites, chicken, beef, like fruit, like all those things only have one ingredient. It's not this long ass processed ingredient list, which that stuff can't be good for your guys' body because those ingredients weren't around 30, 40 years ago, you guys. So just make sure that you're eating non-processed, good whole foods and you're taking your nutrition serious so you have energy at practice and energy during the game.